Hold up, world. Yeah, it's your boy E-Dubs, along with my man, Lance LaRosa. Lance, say what's up to the people.
What's up to the people?
Yeah, y'all know this is not an easy pill for us to swallow, but we're going to do this anyhow. It is ROE. So, yeah, Dallas, they beat us, but we took them to overtime. We took them to overtime.
We played a better and cleaner game. We showed up. It's a hard loss.
It's the Cowboys.
It's the Cowboys, it's not the end of the world right now.
Yes, it is.
No, because what matters right now
is Cowboys. We lost to the Cowboys. How do we? Son of a mother, let's go. We lost to the Cowboys. I'm trying not to cuss it, but we lost to the Cowboys. I'm not happy. Go ahead.
We lost to the Cowboys, but we also kept Prescott under 50% completion, which is nice.
Lance is going to find all the good in this.
I am. I'm a silver lining on this.
He really. I'm going to let y'all know. This episode is going to be brought to you by the good, kind-hearted person that is Lance LaRosa. Because y'all can't ask me today about what happened to us on Sunday night, man. I'm just. Go ahead, man.
Look. I can go through it. I can see a lot of positive. I can see keeping Prescott down to 50% pass rating.
Okay.
I can see keeping Ezekiel Elliott under 100 yards.
Okay.
Problems that I see.
Yep.
Letting Prescott run in for a TD.
Yeah. Like Moses part of the Red Sea.
No one was
and
there.
Just nobody. I didn't see one green jersey.
He just
even nowhere close to this man. It was like the offensive line just became Moses and said, Prescott, go ahead, brother. It's yours to run in. I'm like, please.
Well, and the thing about it, too, is that's not a bad analogy because there were a couple of biblical mistakes on their side. Like, come on, they gave us the ball back because they had 12 men on the field during a punt return.
Okay. Yeah, but that's Dallas. Dallas is supposed to make stupid mistakes.
Right.
We don't make dumb mistakes like we did in overtime, and our defensive guys are running into each other. Let me just say this, man, real quick. To the defensive gentlemen, seriously, Jason Witten wasn't targeted hardly at all this whole entire game, and y'all let this brother clean as day in the end zone by himself. The man probably waved to his whole entire family. She gave a shout out to Jerry Jones and said, "Bro, I got you," and turned around and the ball was right there for him to get, which cost us
It did, and it really did, but honestly, before that, once they were in the red zone, our defense had fallen apart previous to that in OT. And it's happened a lot. I actually watched a couple interviews this week, specifically with Carson Wentz, and he says, we go into overtime and we just don't carry through. They've had, I think it's 3 overtime games this year,
yes,
and we just don't follow through. We fall apart in OT. What is so different about that extra 15 minutes?
I don't know. Now, it ain't even 15 minutes.
I know, it's not. And, the thing about it is, and I always thought it should be 15 minutes, and I know it's not a playoff, and we have all this tie thing, but dude, seriously, it's OT. It shouldn't be sudden death. It's freaking the NFL. It should be another full 15 minutes. Let's see what plays out.
Listen, man, but see, then we have games that drag on, and I personally don't care because I love to watch football, but there are those who feel like the reason why they implemented this was so that it causes that sense of urgency. It's no different than the 2-minute warning. If you know you got to drive 60, 70, 80, 90 yards down the field in less than 2 minutes to either kick the game-winning field goal or to score and win, there's a sense of urgency. So the same thing with overtime. With overtime, there needs to be that sense of let's get this done.
There isn't for some reason, and this is the problem when you look at most teams. There isn't that sense of urgency.
Yeah, they rather go to a damn tie.
They go into OT and you look at it like, oh, it's just another quarter for some reason. Now I don't know why that is. Whether there's something on the clock seeing that 15 minutes and they think they have it and they're not thinking of it in the 2-minute time frame. But that's what happens here. Is our defense didn't have to hustle.
But the rules specifically state, if you get the ball first in overtime and you score a touchdown,
you win.
Game over.
Yeah.
And it's not like people don't know this.
Oh, no.
They explain it to you as you line up before the coin toss to start overtime. They let you know exactly how it's broken down. So therefore, if you get the ball back, you got one job. Score a touchdown. End of the game. I don't care how you get it, just get it. And if you do only get a field goal, then you better damn sure stop the other team from scoring a field goal or a touchdown. And then if they both score a field goal, next score wins no matter who it is. So you have the window. You understand what's in front of you. What just annoys me is that I watched our team with you on Sunday night, and I'm like, okay, I thought with Des Bryant being back that this team was not going to be able to gel. And granted, he only caught, I think, maybe 1 or 2 passes. He had a long, deep bomb for 50-some yards. And I was like, all right, that's what he's going to do. Des got his.
Yeah.
All right? But Cole Beasley, non-effective. Terrence Williams, non-effective. Jason Witten, non-effective. They just let Ezekiel Elliott run the ball down our throat. And for the most part, we contained him. But then we get to overtime, and I'm thinking to myself, are you kidding me right now? This is simple. This is easy. We didn't get the ball back. We lost the coin toss. All right, fine. Our defense, who had been solid for the majority of the game, laid a fat goose egg.
Great defense the whole game. We intercepted Prescott once. We forced our special teams were amazing. That initial fumble on Lucky Whitehead, goddamn his name being Lucky, catching his own freaking fumble back. But, what I really want to talk about, and I think things that you need to focus on the game, because there are a lot of positives to come out of it. Yeah, it's a loss. But do you know what I saw?
It's a loss to Dallas.
No. Do you know what I saw?
What?
I saw Carson Wentz throw the ball successfully, complete the ball 32 out of 43 times to 10 different receivers.
All right.
10 different receivers.
Okay.
10 different people catching the ball.
Give him a Madden trophy. We didn't beat Dallas. I'm sorry. We did not beat Dallas. That is my biggest... you know how much I cannot stand them. And the fact that I'm even saying their name on ROE is pissing me off. But the fact of the matter is, I said last week that if they did in fact beat us, I would man up and say, for this game, y'all got the better of us. But I've been saying it since preseason. I said it even when we were getting ready to start saying Bradford, and now we got Carson Wentz. And I'll say it until it actually happens. January 1st, 2017, get your popcorn ready. Dallas is coming to the link, and they're getting their ass whooped week 17. I've said it, and I will continually drive that point home. But we lost to them in Jerry World in overtime. If we'd have lost straight out 4 quarters, I don't think I'd be as mad. But the fact that we came back, the fact that we got ourselves in the position to win this game, and then we just let Jason Witten, Grandpa himself, in the end zone by himself, man wasn't targeted the whole damn game, and he catches the game-winning hit. That more than anything else in the world.
You are focusing on the big here, and I get it. One thing that you have to look at, we had some struggles throughout the game. Wendell Smallwood, one rush, back 5 yards. Carson Wentz tried to run the ball. Never a great thing. He lost 3. Okay. But then we're looking at 15 for 86 with Aaron Sproles. We're being successful. We're changing it up enough. But one thing that pissed me off from the get-go and actually caused an issue and caused us to be in the situation we were is they came out with a lot of play action in the first 2 quarters without any goddamn runs.
Okay.
Establish the run, then establish the play action. The play action will work if you run the ball. Otherwise, they're like, hey, look, they're just running it again. Like, they're going to pass it again. Oh, look, they took extra time, and that guy's now there.
Lance was going to be positive. I turned him negative.
No. This is a positive because they took from that, and all of our rushing yards came in the second half.
Yep.
We started playing football smart, going, we did a lot of play actions, but we haven't established a run game to make it work. And then they established a run game, the play action works again. Right now, we're a young team. A lot of it's coming together. I think we've done an amazing job so far. I'm happy with this season. I hate to say it, I'm happy with the loss. We fell apart in overtime, but we played the kind of football I want to see from the team.
I may not let you back on this next week because you said you are happy with the loss to the Dallas Cowboys. Lance, I love you like nobody's business, but man, you're going to sit there and say to me that you are happy with the loss that happened to us with the Dallas.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I love this man more than I love some of my own family.
Let me rephrase it properly.
But next week, he may not be on ROE. I may have to kick him off for a week for saying that.
I am happy with our performance. I'm happy with the way they fought.
Okay.
I'm happy with what I saw on the field.
All right.
I'm not happy with the fact that we have a loss. But when you look at the stats, when you look at 32 for 43 for 202 yards, yes, Carson Wentz only had 1 touchdown, but he didn't have any interceptions.
Right.
Yes, Dak Prescott technically has 2 touchdowns. That last one was in overtime when our defense fell apart. Before that, even with the 53-yard long bombs, the 27-yard long bombs, everything over 20 yards, that's all that was completed to Des Bryant, we still held them. Most of the time, they had to kick it when they got in the red zone. Okay. They could not do crap unless it was Dak Prescott running in or Dak Prescott throwing the touchdown. Right. Those 2 times were it. And they got to the red zone 5 times. We stopped them. We made them look like fools the majority of the game. They made us look like fools in the last 3 minutes.
Lance going to try and be positive. But let's talk about something else before we get to, we're not even talking about the Giants today. We'll talk about the Giants next week. But let's talk about the fact that now we lost
Josh Huff.
Yeah.
That's been... he's still He's still technically on roster at this point.
No, he was. No, they released him.
They removed him already?
They released him. He issued a statement apologizing to everybody and his grandmama, saying that these actions that I did were blah blah blah, but where I came from, yes, I had a gun on me, but to have a weapon. Listen, growing up, I understand. I can get it. You came from a bad environment. I get that. Damn it!
Well,
find a better place for the weed, man.
The problem with the weapon, I don't even really fault him on the weapon because when he got pulled over, he told the officer he had the weapon.
Right.
He had a license for the weapon in another state. The problem is New Jersey is not reciprocal.
Okay.
That's one of those things that you don't know, you don't need oh wow crap. So I don't even fault him on that because he did the right thing. And honestly, look, this is the day and age that this is. And you know what? Maybe I'm taking it to the wrong place here, but a black man got pulled over with a weapon, didn't get shot. That actually is kind of big with what's going on and everything in the world.
I'll be the first one. Hey, right here, y'all. I'll be the first one to tell y'all. I am extremely happy that he was smart enough to do what he did as far as the weapon goes. But bruh,
find a place for the weed.
You got all this. Find a spot for the weed, man.
Like in your fucking belly.
Something. Stupid.
But
okay, him being gone, and I'm still not happy that Nelson Aguilar has a job with our Philadelphia team, man.
He has a bigger job now.
Yeah, and that's what scares me. That is what scares me.
Okay, going back to this, Josh Huff really wasn't our deep threat. We don't have the trade deadline's over.
Yeah, we
probably need to pick up a receiver because really what happened in the game, Carson Wentz didn't throw past 15 yards once. Not once.
Nope.
He got a lot of short completions, and that's how we moved down the field. And yeah, they were playing a little soft cover out there, so they really weren't giving up the long game, but we didn't have anyone to make a threat so that they had to give up the long game.
But Bryce, I heard, and I'm not sure how real, how legitimate this is, but I did hear that Bryce Taggs, I think, might be coming onto the field this Sunday. And I'm not sure what dynamic or what role he is going to play. But what I'm going to tell you is, okay, we lost Josh Huff. This guy, along with Cole Beasley, we basically had two quarterbacks. Both teams had two quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You had Dak Prescott and you had Cole Beasley for Dallas. And then you had Carson Wentz and you had Josh Huff. Both throwing the ball down the field. And Aguilar almost caught the damn pass. I was like, wait a minute, where'd you come from?
Yeah, I got to be honest here. You don't see flea flickers a lot. And when Dallas pulled it, I was like, wow. And then we pulled it right out, and we're like, holy crap, both of these guys have accurate arms, long balls. Honestly, it looked like the receivers weren't expecting the ball to go that deep because they weren't running at full speed.
Right.
They went, oh, damn.
Right, but Aguilar was in literally stone's throw.
But he can't catch the ball anyway, let's be honest.
3 for 25? Really? 3 for 25? Nelson Aguilar, if you do nothing else in your life, could you please do me one favor and catch the damn ball? I am so sick and tired of every week watching you continually miss passes that are just pristine. I mean, Carson Wentz cannot throw a better ball to you if he was trying.
And now let's talk about amazing hands on Jordan Matthews.
Oh, yeah.
11 receptions for 65 yards, a touchdown. They're all... His long was only 13 yards. That means they were fast go, quick release, get open, usually catching the ball in single or double coverage.
Right.
Amazing hands. On the other side, we have Nelson Aguilar, who every time he catches the ball, I'm surprised.
It's a shock.
When
he actually catches the ball and holds on to it and gets positive yardage, I want to cheer. Because I'm like, yes! Brother did something. And Darrell Green Beckham, he had a hiccup. I don't care what nobody says to you. I don't care what the media says to you. Don't let these people punk you. You did your job. Everybody got a hiccup. You are consistent. I love you on the team. And if anybody says otherwise, guess what? I ain't a hard man to find. This is ROE. You gotta come check me out, man. I'm telling you. I'm talking about my Darrell Green Beckham.
One last stat to pull up on this is looking at Carson Wentz, right? He was 32 for 43. That means that there were 11 passes that went up that weren't caught.
Right.
What's interesting about that, of those 11 passes, 5 of them went to Nelson Aguilar.
Mm-hmm.
That's an issue because he only caught 3. He was 3 for 8. In baseball, that might be a good stat. It's not a great stat, but this football. The ball comes to you that often because you were open. Catch a damn ball.
Thank you. With that, we're going to leave before I say something else I want to say about Nelson Aguilar. But Man, this has been ROE. I'm still mad, but I'll get over it because, we got the Giants coming up on Sunday, and, man, we're 0-2 in the division, and I'm not happy about that.
No, we need to
fix this. We really do.
We need to win out for our division. Otherwise, it's going to be a long and bumpy season.
Well, it comes down to this. Either we make the transition and start moving uphill when it comes to being in the division, or B, we flat out just need to win our division outright. Because right now, unless we start doing something, Dallas right now is going to be the team from the NFC East that represents us, and I'll be pissed off more than anything else in this world if that happens.
I mean, not only that, if Dallas keeps up with their record, as much as I hate to say it, they're the number 1 seed out of the NFC right now.
I'll go back to Jerry World. I'll go to Minnesota and beat them. Let us be number 6. Let us come in at the number 6 wild card and do what the Giants did many years ago. I will gladly come in. And I'll stomp Minnesota in Minnesota, and then let the NFC Championship game be back in Jerry World. Ooh, y'all don't want to see ROE when that point come around. It's going to be, ooh, I'm telling you. But mark on the calendar, January 1st, 2017, Dallas Cowboys with the link. For Lance LaRosa, this is your man E-Dubs. Yes, I'm still pissed, but it's recap of the Eagles. That's what I do. And we'll talk to y'all next week. I'm out. See ya.
Peace.